Hello Formula 1 and Indycar fans. Today is December 28th, 2020. Welcome to Formula Pun Racer. I'm your host Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders. I'm here today to give you my review on the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the F1 season finale. But first I like to say I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and are awaiting a happy new year as we wait for this pandemic to pass, and hopefully things will be a lot better for 2021. Well, we could say one thing, that, well, Lewis Hamilton may have been back in his black Mercedes to take on over from George Russell after his being out at the Sakir GP because he tested positive for COVID-19. Lewis Hamilton, interestingly enough, he finished third, so he wasn't quite up to snuff or up to par because of recovering from this quarantine. Valtteri Bottas, his teammate, would finish second, and Red Bull's Max Verstappen would win the race. Congrats, Verstappen, for taking it to the max. Alex Albon, well, it's unfortunate this is his final ride for Red Bull, as he is now out, and guess who's replacing him to be Max Verstappen's teammate at Red Bull next year? Sergio Perez, the Mexican they also know as Checo, so it gives us all something, as I keep saying, to talk about. I wish you luck at Red Bull next year, Sergio. I hope you win lots of races, as you winning in Bahrain with Racing Point definitely made yourself worthwhile, as Alexander Albon was simply not. Along with their finishing ratio of races, that tells us one thing. As for AlphaTauri, Russia's Danny Kvyat, we can say das vidanya to him because he is now out, and it will be replaced by Yuki Tsunoda of Japan. Well, konnichiwa to AlphaTauri, Yuki. I hope you win some races with a Honda-powered car alongside your French teammate Pierre Gasly, and his win at Monza has kept his drive at the team safe. And so, in 3 months, assuming all goes well, the first round of the F1 will begin in Australia, in Melbourne. With any luck, it'll go without a hitch. And Carlos Sainz Jr. will take over Sebastian Vettel's spot at Ferrari. And Vettel is heading to Racing Point, which will now be known as Aston Martin Racing, so I look forward to finding out, along with the rest of you, what will their paint job be. Hopefully, Vettel will have the wings like the logo of Aston Martin to fly. In IndyCar news, AJ Foyt Racing will enter Dalton Kellett full-time alongside Sebastian Bourdais in the number 41 car. The Canadian alongside the Frenchman. Quite a combo, eh? In the Indy 500 world, it seems that Team Penske will enter 5 cars for the month of May, assuming it goes when it should. And who will be the 5th driver alongside Scott McLaughlin, Joseph Newgarden, Will Power, and Simon Pagenaud? That is to be decided. For the Indy 500, Juan Pablo Montoya will join Felix Rosenqvist and Patricio Ward at McLaren. Ah, yes, a Colombian with the Mexican and the Swede. Oh, well, what an interesting combination the McLaren team has got. A bed of roses with Rosenqvist. We're standing Pato Ward, and Juan, he doesn't Montoya around at all. Also, with Zach Veach out at Andretti, James Hinchcliffe will take over the number 88 car, and Colton Herta will jump from that to the Gainbridge number 26 Honda for the full-time Indy season. Pretty interesting. Well, let's see if the Canadian can win one for the team. And as Harding Steinbrenner Racing goes, I don't know if they'll still be affiliated with Herta or Andretti in any way. I hope they are, because, hey, they helped put Colton Herta on the map, and their collaboration and the fact that Herta has been lifelong friends with George Steinbrenner IV is very important. So it'll be interesting to see what this is going. Like, we have yet to find out what is happening. And because of the pandemic, Long Beach is said to, instead of their traditional mid-April date, they're actually going to make it the IndyCar season finale in September. What? Assuming all goes well, that'd be amazing. The car is at the beach. But unfortunately, at this point, while discussions are still going at this time, the talks and ideas that Ferrari might enter IndyCar racing unfortunately might have gone awry.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that would have been so neat, though, because if Ferrari would just simply agree with IndyCar's rules and all that, it would help everyone in that area. I mean, like, I'd like to see Ferrari in IndyCar. Who doesn't? But I hope it inspires other manufacturers to want to join in the future if money wasn't a factor. Like, see, as I said before, Aston Martin, Jaguar, Volvo, Volkswagen, BMW, or any of that were to occur, but it's not going to happen.
Damn it!
Also, after, I don't know if I've said this before, but at the end of the 2021 season, Audi and BMW are pulling out of Formula E. So this makes me wonder, will there be any new manufacturers that take their spots? Or will Formula E be lagging like Indy Lights? Especially because now they're getting rid of the Freedom 100, which is held at the IMS. Shame on Indy Lights indeed for that. Because that's what makes it interesting. Even though not many people watch Indy Lights, I don't either. But what's just as upsetting about the fact that Ferrari might not enter IndyCar at all is the fact that NBC Sports Network after 2021 is going to disappear. So where does that leave us IndyCar fans to watch the races when it's not on NBC? Shameful indeed, and I do not want to pay extra for this. But then, who does want to pay extra? I'm certainly not paying for NBC Gold either. Because there's some people who can't afford these things, but we want to see our races without having to pay through the nose. It's just not fair.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
While it is unfortunate that at the end of the 2021 season, it's sayonara for Honda in Formula 1, so what does that leave Red Bull and AlphaTauri, to say the least? We don't know, but the Red Bull team is considering making their own engines for the 2022 lineup. So that would be interesting to see. Something that McLaren hasn't even done, made their own engines, or Williams, or so on and so forth. And can Ferrari regain its luster from years back, considering they haven't won since Seb Vettel did in Singapore of 2019? Oh, I sincerely hope the prancing horse can get its glamorous, dominant ways back again. And hopefully with Carlos Sainz Jr. and Charles Leclerc behind the wheels of the Italian stallion, we'll see how that goes for 2021. In other IndyCar news, you should watch out for the wrath of Connor Daly, because the Noblesville, Indiana native is back with Ed Carpenter Racing, driving the number 20 car in all the road and street courses, and he'll drive a third car when Ed Carpenter takes on the number 20 car on the ovals, especially for Indy. And he'll be doing it with U.S. Air Force for at least 10 of the races sponsoring his car, so Connor, fly, and I hope that your daily dream of winning Indy comes true soon. Well, this concludes my final video of 2020. If you like my videos, please click the link below to subscribe to Formula Pun Racer, as we pray that 2021 is a much better year for the whole world, and especially for racing. I'd like to thank YouTube channel host Dylan Shelley of Formula World for inspiring me to change my YouTube channel to Formula Pun Racer. I'm subscribed to your channel. And I also like to thank David Land on YouTube for your very informative videos on racing, even though I don't do NASCAR as often, or IMSA. Well, I do occasionally, because, like, for those of you wondering what happened to Oliver Askew after he's been sacked from McLaren, well, he'll be racing in a Ligier in the LMP3 series in IMSA racing next year, so that ought to be interesting to see if Oliver Askew can make some wins out of the Le Mans Prototype 3 division. I think that's what it's called, I'm not sure, but thank you, David Land, for letting me know about that, because I wouldn't have looked into that exactly, because I follow Indy and F1 more, and Formula E occasionally, so thank you, and for inspiring me to follow in your footsteps as representing racing reviews in my own special way. March of 2021, the green flag flies for IndyCars, assuming all goes well, and it's lights out in Melbourne, Australia for Formula 1, assuming all goes well too. Have a happy new year to all IndyCar and Formula 1 fans. I'll see you next year. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.